1.
Hi parents, I wanted to let you know that your child is going to be taking the mid-module assessment for Module 3 on Wednesday, and I wanted to make sure that you had the understanding of how to multiply 3 different ways because they're going to be expected to do it. So, first way that we learned about was called the partial product method, partial products. We're going to look at how we solve a partial product. So what we talked about, let's take a look at this. So 419, I'm going to multiply that by 4, okay? So if I'm taking 419, I'm multiplying it by 4. We talked about how there's 3 products here because there are 3 digits. So in this case, 400s times 4, that's going to be one of the products, 400 times 4. And then we're going to add that to 110 times 4. And of course, that is 10 times 4. And then finally, I'm going to add that to 9 ones times 4. 9 times 4. So 9 times 4. And it's called partial products because it's taking the different parts as separate products, and then it's going to add them together. When I say products, product just means the answer to a multiplication question. So if I take this 400 times 4, that's the same as 1,600. And 10 times 4 is 40. And 9 times 4 is 36. So if I'm adding them up, I can add them over here. 36 plus 40 plus 1,600. Some of our students still struggle with putting the digits in the correct place and lining them up properly. It's going to be super important. All right, so let's add up the ones. 6 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 4 tens is 7 tens. 6 hundreds and 1,000. Okay, so the answer is 1,676. And this is called the partial products method of multiplication. Let's look at another way we can solve this. So another way we can solve this is using the area model. And the area model of the same question, 419 times 4, the area model, area we know equals length times width. So what we can do is we can create a large rectangle and then split it up into the different parts as well to solve. So let's see that. If I create a rectangle, each of these are going to represent parts of my rectangle. So I need 3 parts. So let me go ahead and split this part. We call this partitioning, splitting it into 3 parts. We're going to take each part. So the 4 represents 400. That's going to be up here for this part, this first part. The 1 represents 10. And the 9 represents 9 ones. Now, all of those are being multiplied by 4. So the 4 can represent our width. So what I can do is just multiply each part and then add them together the same way. So if I take 400 times 4, there is 1,600. That's going to represent the area of that piece. And I take 10 times 4, and that gives me 40. And then 9 times 4, and that gives me 36. And of course, if I add those all up, I'm going to get the same answer as before. 6, 7, 6, 1. And of course, that's 1,676. So this one is called the area model. Area model. The third way they're going to have to be able to multiply these is the traditional way, which is the standard algorithm. So let's work the standard algorithm over here. 419 multiplied by 4. And we create what's called a bundling space, which is below this little space here. And let's multiply ones. 9 times 4 is 36. 6 ones. I bundle over 3 tens. We put that down here. Now I take the 110 multiplied by the 4 ones. That gives me 4 plus 3 gives me 7 tens. And then I take the 400s multiplied by the 4, and that gives me 1,676. So again, this is called the algorithm, standard algorithm, and it's the traditional way that we learn how to multiply. So these three strategies are going to be on the test, and they're going to need to be able to multiply them correctly. All right? So if you have any questions about any of these strategies, please let me know on you can let me know on Blooms, and I will get back to you. But have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.